Q&A, baby. Q&A, baby. Okay, let's not go overboard. Let's just start some Q&A grinding. I'm not using my microphone this episode because it's supposed to be a vlog. In the vlog, I just like to throw the camera up and start filming, because if I don't, there's going to be more and more resistance, and the vlog is not meant to be the most high quality thing. It's meant to be a bunch of crap thrown together. Okay, well, it's not meant to be, but it usually kind of is for me. A bunch of crap thrown together. I'll try and make it as best as possible for every single vlog from now on, because, you know, the grind is daily, the hustle is daily, the grind is daily. The first question is from Gabby, and it is, why do you like Marvel so much? Let's go. So, first of all, when you're a kid, everyone likes Marvel. It's pretty self-explanatory, you know, you love superheroes. But now, I don't know, so I've been watching Marvel movies like weekly, not like as in every week, but like kind of in a week mode, like not strong, like kind of on and off when they come out occasionally. Like I watched the Avengers a couple of years after it came out. I watched like, you know, the Captain America Civil War. 2016 was kind of when I started actually getting in, and 2016 to 2018 was sort of the period when my Marvel obsession started to grow. So I watched Captain America Civil War 2016. I started to get back into the Marvel grind. Let's get this straightened out. Yeah, so pretty much the Captain America Civil War started to bring me back. And then, you know, just people, for example, let's say Elliot Phillips, his birthday, he was one of my friends, he took us to Thor Ragnarok, and it just sort of developed the kind of like, I don't know, just I started to like it a lot. I think I dwelled on this question too much. The next one is, what do you think will come out of your YouTube career? Either made a mistake. Now, what I'm going to say is going to sound extremely cocky or egotistic, but I think I'm going to be very successful. That's just what I think. Now, obviously, everyone wants to think that, but then, you know, I actually believe it. Because I think I put in a lot of work every day, and I put in more and more work every single day. And I think it will happen. Like a big, big success. And for me, this is kind of a stepping stone into becoming a filmmaker. Like a proper Hollywood filmmaker. That's what I would become. Anyway, that's for a separate episode. But that's just what I think. If you think it's too egotistic, then I don't care. Like, if you want to express in the comment section down below, whatever. Do so. But that's the truth. You want to know it? That's the truth. Now, from Alex, what is your favourite film? What 3 things would you take on a desert island? Let's address question number 1. What is my favourite film? Always has and always will be, hopefully. The Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. It is the 3rd installment of one of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's my favourite. I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. The Lord of the Rings is basically what made me like movies. It was like, if I go way back when, it's literally the first movie I ever knew. Like, it was playing constantly in my house when I was a kid. Like, before I even knew what it was. Like, my dad had the DVDs and all. And so then I just started getting so obsessed, I would watch it, like, every single day of the week. I'd come home from school and just watch Lord of the Rings. Every single day. It was a huge obsession. Eventually, my dad banned me from watching it because, like, I got way too obsessed. But it's a great trilogy. Now, what 3 things would you take on a desert island? I don't know, is food and water counts? Because it's going to take everything, like food and then water and then, I don't know, something, you know, that's kind of survival stuff. But if the food and the water, like if I had to go with survival stuff, I'd take food, I'd take water, and I'd take a phone. I don't know if it will actually work in the middle of nowhere, but anyways, that's what I would take. If I wasn't doing it for like survival purposes, like I had all of that stuff kind of nailed down, like in terms of food and water, then I'd take my phone, my laptop, and my camera. Because those are the 3 most important things really to me in my life, as far as I can remember. But shit, what about charging? I don't know. Maybe I'll leave the camera. Because the phone has a camera and the laptop has a camera. And then bring a charger, like a power bank, but like the biggest that I can find. Something like that. Yeah. Mostly going to be tech gadgets. I'll start watching my downloaded Netflix films. Anyways, let's get on to the next question. So, what do you expect your channel to be in a year? So right now, sort of start of 2019. Let's go back to 2020. I don't know, because this always changes according to how much work I put in, and like I think maybe I'm gonna put like 2 videos a day, but I don't know what the hell's gonna be happen. I might sort of lose all motivation in 10 months and then have a whole month of like, and then come back. I don't know what happens. Hopefully not. I really have no idea where it's gonna be. Like pretty much none. So yeah, I'm sorry I can't answer that. Now the next one is, what is your favorite video that you made? Now usually I put my favorite video of the time that I've made on the top, and as of right now it is the cell phones cause cancer. I think that was really well edited, because it can be. There are videos which like adding more editing will just make it worse as opposed to better, but this one was one of those, because what I try and do is make, like I make 5 videos every week in terms of the AKAJK Show. I'm going to make one of them as a super standout episode with extra editing and extra features into it. So for this week I think it was what's in my tech bag, and it takes much longer to work on. And then everything else is just to standardize, and one of them is a short episode. Because I don't want to make all of them extreme, which means I have to like triple the amount of work every day, and that's impossible. So, of course, and I make some of them less extreme and kind of toned down. But anyways, my favorite of the time is cell phones cause cancer. What is it? Will you do any gaming videos or stick with tech and vlogs? I'm not going to do any gaming videos, and I will stick with tech and vlogs. Period. And this one is, do you find it hard to make vlogs every day? I mean, this is the answer, I think, for most people. Obviously it's going to be a yes, and I think everyone knows that. And making 2 videos a day, it really is difficult. But, I mean, the more you like it, the easier it becomes. The way I do this is, I try and do as much of the heavy lifting during the weekend. I tend not to do any watching during the school days. But like when I go to bed, I'll watch for like an hour. And when I wake up, I'll watch for like 3 hours, because I really can't do anything else. Because I wake up at like 5:30. And then I'll watch for a few hours. So that's several hours of my day. I can watch Netflix and movies and YouTube and stuff like that. Because obviously filmmaking, got to watch movies and stuff. And I have goals, and I like watching movies. Like goals in terms of how many movies I want to watch. But anyways, I just, I dedicate more time than most people would to just making these YouTube videos. That's how it works. Because it's just about having the motivation and then the grit to be able to carry you through the year. And the grit is persistence and hard work for just a very long amount of time, for years. And that's what I have. And that's how I'm able to do this. That's just the one thing that you need with the grit. Don't count on the motivation to take you through the year. Now the next question is Inception review. I'll do it on the spot quickly, in like a 30 seconds to 1 minute. I love Inception straight out of the bat. I love all Christopher Nolan's movies, and Inception is probably in the top few. Like you have the Dark Knight trilogy, and then I think Inception. I think Inception and Interstellar are really kind of the 2 that are battling, and that's just how it works for me with him. It's like the Dark Knight trilogy and then Inception and Interstellar. The order tends to change according to what I've watched last. And now Inception's on Netflix, which is pretty great, but anyways. Inception, I think, is just well crafted. I love how Nolan does his out of order, non-linear filmmaking style, but you think it's linear. So if we go to, let's say, Quentin Tarantino, who does Pulp Fiction, The Hateful Eight, he does non-linear storyline, but you know it's a non-linear storyline. Like it's like chapter 1, they move back and forth and whatever, and you get reveals each time. And that's similar to the way Memento was really well crafted. But with Inception, he puts a scene from like 30 years later in the beginning, and then you carry on, and you think that's all just happening. You don't realize that was an old thing until like the end or whatever. That's how Inception works. And that's how most of his movies work. He puts scenes from the past and scenes from the beginning and things like that, and jumbles them together. But you don't realize, you think it's all part of one linear story, which is why I love his filmmaking. But anyway, it's a great film, definitely recommend it. It's on Netflix now. And it's on Prime Video, so you have no excuse, unless you have none of them. Next one is, what made you start your channel? What made me start my channel is the fact that during the time, around the 2016 period, What happened was I was watching a lot of Lego YouTubers. That was how many? Nearly 4 years ago. Oh no, sorry, 3 years ago. Well, actually, it's nearly 3 years. But anyway, I was a huge Lego fan. I still am a Lego fan, but not as big as I was before. But basically, I was watching a ton of Lego YouTubers like Jank Bricks and the Brick Show and those guys. Sadly, the Brick Show has ended. They got banned from YouTube or something. But anyways, that's just that development and carrying on watching them. I started to make my own Lego videos using my iPad and iMovie. And just 2015, 2016. And even before that, like, what is it? I do remember, like, from 2014 onwards, I was filming videos. They were like stop motion videos with Legos. Sorry, Lego. I get triggered when someone says Legos. But I was just making Lego videos for like a couple of years without publishing them. I would show them to like my parents and my sister, and she would help me and stuff like that. And I started to get into editing and filming and that kind of stuff for 2 years. I never posted any of that because I wasn't allowed. And eventually, it's just like I really wanted to. My parents wouldn't let me. And eventually I sort of cracked the code and they finally let me. And, here we are. I want to do it for ages. Now, we have several more questions, but I'm not going to put them in this episode of the Q&A. You can submit more questions for next week's Q&A. I think we'll end the vlog here.